Hey, my name is Amy and welcome to my channel. Today's video is about something that will improve your running and help you stay injury-free and doesn't require any running at all, and that is strength training. I'm going to cover 6 basic exercises that you can do at home without any weights or equipment, though there is the option to add weights if you do have some. By adding and consistently doing strength training, you will improve your endurance, have fewer injuries, and have a more economical running form. So let's go do these exercises. Why is strength training important? Back in 2017, when I was getting into running again, I personally believed that I was able to improve so quickly was by doing a combination of strength training and just running. Now I do strength training, running, and speed workouts too. If you're interested in seeing my video about speed workouts, I'll have the link in the description below. Having stronger muscles helps me maintain my form as well as move efficiently so I can concentrate on just running and not waste any energy. I'm all about efficiency. The way that strength improves your running economy is by encouraging coordination and stride efficiency. As well, it improves neurological coordination and power. By doing running-specific exercises like the ones in this video, you emphasize movements that directly correlate to running performance. The stronger you get, the more resilient your body is to the demands of running. As we run, the force of about 3 times our body weight is placed on each leg. Having the muscular strength and stability to absorb the force will minimize the impact on your joints and help you stay injury and pain-free. By doing the same motion like we do when we run, we create imbalances as we overwork some muscles and underwork others. As those imbalances increase, so does our risk for injury. By doing some or all of the exercises that I cover in this video, you will reduce your risk for injury as you will strengthen your muscles and connective tissues. However, if you're worried about a previous injury, I highly recommend going to a sports doctor or a physical therapist to get specific exercises that will benefit you. One last benefit of strength training is by adding lean muscle, it increases your metabolism. This means you will burn more calories both at rest and on your run. There's many thoughts of when you should do strength training. Some do strength on their easy days, or others do it after a hard workout. It's all about personal preference, and you'll eventually find what works best for you. You should incorporate strength at least 2 to 3 times per week for 15 minutes or longer. If you are doing strength the same day as a hard run, I would suggest doing it after. You want to prioritize whatever you want to do best in and do it first. If you do strength training before a hard run, your body will probably be too tired to perform at its best. And as runners, our priority is running. The way I structure my week is: Monday, I don't do any strength training as I like to give myself the day off. Tuesday, a full body workout. No strength on Wednesday because I have race team in the evening and I want to be nice and fresh for that hard run. Thursday, full body workout. Friday, I either take off or maybe a little light workout. Saturday, a strength session. And Sunday, because it's my long run day, I don't do any strength. So let's talk about these exercises and become a stronger runner. Our first exercise is a reverse lunge with a knee drive or A drive. This exercise targets your core, your ankles, and your hips, which help open your stride. To do the reverse lunge with A drive, you want to start with your feet hip width apart. You want to make sure you engage your core as it helps with stability and keeping a good form. Lift one leg and step back. You want your front knee to be at a 90-degree angle. Most of your weight should be on the front leg, and make sure your front knee doesn't go inwards. You also want to keep a bit of a forward torso lean onto the heel of the front leg. This is important because it ensures your hips are pushed back and actively engaged. An overly upright torso places a lot of stress on your lower back and your knees. Push through the front heel as you come out of the lunge and lift your leg up to an A drive or high knee, moving your opposite arm like you are running. Again, don't forget to engage your core as it will really help keep your balance. If you have to rest your hand on a chair or a wall to help you not lose your balance, that's okay. Stepping back with one leg and ending with a knee drive is 1 rep. I suggest doing 3 sets of 10 reps on each side, 30 seconds rest in between each set. It's also a single leg exercise, which is super important for runners. Single leg exercises are important for runners as they expose muscle imbalances, they work on your stability and balance, and your core. Because of the unstable nature of single leg exercises, it also develops stabilizers and engages smaller muscles like your gluteus medius and adductors, for example, in ways that 2-leg exercises can't duplicate. Targeting your glutes specifically is important for runners. When we run, our glutes keep our pelvis level and steady. It also extends our hips, propels us forwards, and keeps our legs, pelvis, and torso aligned. When our glutes don't work properly, it causes a chain reaction. To do this exercise, you want to lie on a mat. Your legs and knees should be shoulder width apart. Put your feet flat on the ground, right next to your glutes. Squeeze your glutes and lift, holding for at least 2 to 3 seconds. You want to keep a straight line between your hips, knees, and shoulders. One rep of glute bridge is raising your hips up and down. You can do 3 sets of 12 reps of the glute bridge with 30 seconds rest between each set. Another variation of this is doing a single leg glute bridge. This is where you keep one leg off the ground, making sure you keep your hips level and not leaning to one side. For the single leg variation, you can also do 3 sets of 12 reps on each leg with 30 seconds of rest between each set. One of my favorite single leg exercises to do is a single leg deadlift. I find it very effective and it definitely shows me which leg is weaker than the other. Single leg deadlifts work on your hamstrings, your gluteus maximus, your gluteus medius, your ankles, and your core. It improves your balance and strengthens your standing leg. You want to start with both feet on the ground, hip width apart. Move from the hip and lift one of your legs up towards the ceiling. Don't let your chest collapse and keep a soft bend in your standing leg. Go down until you feel it in your hamstring and then raise your body up. You can pretend that you have a glass of water on your lower back to prevent your back from twisting. When I stand back up, I usually don't put my foot on the ground as I go right into another rep. However, if you have to put your foot down to regain your balance or give yourself a little break, that's okay. If you have weights and want to make this exercise a little more challenging, you can put the weight in the hand that's opposite of your standing leg. For this exercise, I tend to do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps on each leg, with again 30 seconds rest between each set. Besides endurance and well-trained legs, a solid core is important for runners as well. If you have a weaker core, you'll make unnecessary movements when you run, thus taking away from your forward propulsion. The more economical your running form is, the less energy you will waste, which translates into being able to run faster and longer. The 4th exercise is the side plank. This exercise specifically targets our core. Start on your side with your forearm pointing straight and your feet stacked on top of each other. Lift your hip towards the ceiling, making sure your shoulders, hips, and ankles are aligned and that you don't have any bend in your waist. To start, hold this position for 30 seconds on each side. You can also increase the length you hold the stronger you get. One variation of the side plank is doing a hip dip. You get in the same position as a side plank, but you dip your hip towards the ground, not touching, and bring it back up, always thinking about engaging your core. With the hip dip, I usually do around 12 reps on each side. Another variation is the star pose. I find this one very difficult. You get into a side plank position and you raise your upper arm and upper leg so you look like you're a star, or half of one. Hold this position for 30 seconds at least. You can also increase the length to 45 seconds or even a minute. I also like doing shoulder taps. By doing shoulder taps correctly, you engage your abs, your arms, your back, and your chest simultaneously. To do this exercise, first get into a high plank position. Bring one arm up at a time and touch your opposite shoulder, pausing for at least 1 second. Make sure to keep your body still and don't twist your body, keeping your hips and your shoulders squared. The goal of this exercise is not speed, but form and control. The last exercise we will cover are calf raises. Calf raises improve ankle stability and strength. Having a stronger calf will help stabilize your foot when it hits the ground. This calf exercise also improves your leg strength, which helps you run faster and longer. You can do this exercise several different ways. One variation of this is to stand hip width apart and go on both of your toes. You want to control your landing down to the ground. An example of this exercise is doing 3 sets with 12 repeats in each set, with 30 seconds rest between each set. The last variation of this exercise is the eccentric calf raise. To do this exercise, you begin by standing on both feet and raising yourself onto both feet's toes. While still being on your toes, lift one leg off the ground and counting slowly down from 4 or 5, lower yourself back down to your starting position using just one leg. Then you place both feet on the ground and repeat on the other leg. Doing one leg is 1 repeat. An example of this workout is doing 3 sets of 30 seconds on each leg, again with 30 seconds of rest in between each set. If you only have 15 minutes to do strength at home, you can reduce these sets down to 2 or even 1. Doing a shorter strength session is better than no strength session at all. You will also drastically decrease your risk for injury. In general, having stronger muscles will make you a stronger runner. By adding strength training at least 2 to 3 times in your week will drastically decrease your risk for injury, as it works on imbalances that occur when we do a repetitive motion like running. By working on your overall body strength, you will improve your running form, efficiency, and endurance. If you'd like to see me do a follow-along workout video, please tell me in the comment section below. It's also important to remember that if you haven't done any strength training before, not to get started out too fast or too intensely. Again, if you want to become a stronger runner, I highly recommend doing strength training. These are just a few examples of the many exercises that you can do. I will definitely do more strength videos in the future, but I wanted to give you these 6 exercises to start with. If there's any topic that you'd like me to cover in a video, please tell me in the comment section below. As always, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button as well as the subscribe and the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Happy exercising, and I'll see you next time.